say a word until you're
조용.
reading. Okay.
조용.
Okay.
조용. 대답하지 마. 안녕하세요. 하루 일과를 마치고 들을 그냥 구글 하진 않죠. 일단 저요. 맑은 수전병 환자를 위해 여기 옆 감자 양파 떼어서 감자 양파를 싹 떼고 국물 한모분 다가 다는 에 따라서 맞춘다는 단어 바이블 창세기 10장을
I understand. I'll be listening for any pronunciation points. You can start whenever. Genesis chapter 17.
verse 17, verse 1. When Abraham was 99 years old, the Lord appeared to him and said, I am God Almighty. Walk before me faithfully and be blameless.
That was perfect. Phrasing just right. Are you ready? Two?
Didn't find out that my pronunciation wrong.
No, your pronunciation was good. Sounds and consonants were all sure about a particular.
He said,
That's right. That's it.
give me your reading 2 times.
Certainly. This time, when Abraham was old, to him and said, I am God Almighty. And the second time to him and said, Abram was old, appeared to him and said, I am God Almighty. Would you like me to read slower?
That's it. I'll move on to the next one. Verse 2.
Sounds good. Whenever.
When I'll make my covenant between me and you, and will greatly increase.
Just a reminder, with the stress on the first syllable, covenant. Are you ready to continue?
Any
I understand your. My goal is something like that. Truly, pronunciation is so clear. Most of the time, that's really. Would you like me to the smallest thing?
Okay, I believe you. Go to the next verse. Okay. Abraham fell face down, and God said to him, as for me, this is my covenant with you, the father of many nations.
Excellent. For the word fell, make sure the F sound is sharp and comes with a puff of air, like fell. And then for covenant, just remember to keep that main stress on the first syllable, make the A sound quick. So it's covenant. You're doing great moving through the verses.
Give me covenant 5 times.
Okay, here you go. Covenant, 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 covenant. Does that help you?
Covenant, 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 covenant. How was that?
Spot on. Stress on the first part. Now, are you ready to move to verse 4? Read that part again.
I'll move on to the verse 5. Verse 5.
Verse 5.
No
I'm ready when you
longer
are.
no longer will you be called Abraham. Your name will be Abraham. For I have made you a father of many nations. Where did you?
Perfect. I was just going to say, Abraham, try to make them here. So it's Abraham. That was the only
Abraham, give me 5 times.
Sure. Abraham. Abraham. Abraham.
Abraham, 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 Abraham. How was that?
Spot on. Precisely. Tackle 6.
Give me your reading.
Sure.
No longer will you be called Abram. Your name will be Abraham. For I have made you a father of many nations. Go to move on to next verse.
All right. 6. I'm ready.
Verse 7.
My apologies. I thought you meant 7 had already passed 6. Did you want to go back to verse 6 first? I'm happy to do.
I'll establish my covenant as an everlasting covenant. Descendants after your generation to your God and the part of you.
That was verse 7. And your pronunciation is still top notch. The only thing is to be sure to make the last part of descendants clear. So it's descendants. You're doing great work in the chapter. Ready to continue?
Descendant. Give me 5 times.
No problem. Descendants, 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 descendants. How is
Descendants,
that for
descendants, 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 descendants. How was that?
got it exactly right. Are you ready? Or shall we read 7?
I'll try again. I will establish my covenant as an everlasting and your descendants for the generations be your God and the God of your descendants after you.
Beautiful. Pronunciation is consistently strong. Sounds like comfortable verses. Are you ready to start on verse 8?
On to the next verse. The whole land of Canaan, where you now reside as a foreigner, I will give as an everlasting possession to you and your descendants after you, and I will be their God.
That was just a quick word about the pronunciation of reside. stress is on the second syllable. Reside. Everything else was ready to carry.
reside 5 times.
Sure. Go. Reside. 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 Sound for getting stress right.
Reside, 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 reside. How was that?
Nailed the stress on the second part.
How does reside mean?
Reside just means stay in a specific place for a period of time. Where your home is. That's where
In
you reside.
Korean, yeah, right?
That's exactly right. Do how that translation for to reside. Just shall we keep going? Next verse.
I'll try again. 8. O land of Canaan, where you now reside as a foreigner, I'll give as an everlasting possession and your descendants after you, and I'll be their God.
Pronunciation is still so clear. Would you like me to try verse 9?
Then God said to Abraham, as for you must keep my covenant, you and your descendants after you, generations.
Handled that. Every sound was clear, smooth. Are you ready for this verse or to read verse 9 again?
Then God said to Abraham, as for you must keep my covenant, you and your descendants after generations.
Perfect. Your phrasing and clarity were consistent throughout. Are you ready to go to the next verse? Would you like to read verse 9 again?
Then God said to Abraham, as for you, keep my covenant, and covenant, you and your descendants after you, generations.
Perfect. Phrasing and clarity consistent throughout. Are you ready for the next verse? Would you like to read verse 9 again?
This verse 10. This is my covenant and your descendants after you. The covenant you are to keep. Every male among you shall be circumcised.
Excellent. Small. Focus on the first syllable, circumcised. Like circumcised. And make sure the sound and I is quick.
Circumcised, give me 5 times.
Circumcised. 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 Circumcised.
Circumcised, 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 circumcised. How was that?
Spot on. Got it precisely. Are you ready? Verse 11.
This is my covenant to you and your descendants after you. The covenant you are to keep. Every male among you shall be circumcised.
Just a small thing, but be sure to make a difference between father, father. And for men, try to make a sound quick, like men. Otherwise, you're on a roll. Ready for the next verse?
Verse 10. Verse 10. Verse 10. This is my covenant with you and your descendants after you. The covenant you are to every male among you shall be circumcised. I already did. Go to the next verse, verse 11.
We did cover verse 10.
You are
ready to continue
to
to verse 11?
undergo
I'm ready when you are.
You are going to undergo circumcision, and it will be the sign of the covenant.
Just the word sign, just make sure that I sound is sign. You're reading spot on. Are you ready to tackle verse 12?
7 again. You are to undergo, and it will be the sign of the covenant between you. Verse 12. On to verse
12.
12 is quite
ready.
long. For the generations to come, every male among age 8 days old must be circumcised. Those in your household are bought with money, a foreigner. Those who are not your offspring.
Perfect. There was just a small stumble on the nail. You said meal. Otherwise, you had sounded great. Ready for the next verse?
Give me your reading. Slowly.
I will. For the generations to come, every 8 days old must be circumcised, including those born in the household who are spring. Slow enough.
For the generation to every male among the 8 days old must be circumcised, including those born in your household or bought with money for foreigner. Those who are not your offspring.
Clarity consistent through it. Are you ready? Verse 13. Would you like to read verse 12 again?
Verse 13.
Verse 13. I'm ready.
Whether born in your household or bought with your money, they must be circumcised. My covenant in flesh is to be an everlasting.
Perfect. Be small. For the word, focus on the soft sound, like bought. So it sounds different from boat. Otherwise, you're reading spot on. Are you ready? Next verse.
Whether born in your household or they must be circumcised. My covenant in your flesh is to be an everlasting. Next verse, verse 14. Any
Verse 14,
circumcised
ready.
male has not been circumcised in the flesh, or from his has broken my covenant. Give me reading.
I will. Any uncircumcised male has not been circumcised in the flesh, cut off his people. He has broken the covenant. Speed.
Any circumcised male who has not been circumcised in the flesh, broke from his, he has broken any covenant. Next
Perfect.
verse.
Consistent throughout. Are you ready? Verse 15. Would you like to read verse 14 again?
Verse 15. God also said to Abraham, As for Sarai, her wife, you are no longer to call her Sarai. Her name will be Sarah.
Perfect. That was a fantastic reading. Are you ready? 16?
Give me
Would you
your
like to read
reading
verse-
2 times.
Certainly. God also said to Abraham, as for Sarai, you are no to call her Sarai, Sarah. Again, also said to Abraham, as for Sarai, you are no Sarai, Sarah. Did that help? Are you ready? 16.
Go on to the next verse. 10. I will bless her and will give you a son by her. I will bless her so that she will be the mother of nations. King of people will come from her.
Perfect. Is to focus on the G sound in king. King. Otherwise, you're reading spot on. Are you ready to continue to the next verse?
I will bless her and will give a son by her. I will bless her so that she will be the mother of nations. Kings of people come from.
Perfect. The only thing to mention is to focus on the hard G sound in kings. It's kings. Otherwise, your reading was spot on. Are you ready to continue to the next verse?
Verse 17. Abraham fell face down. He laughed and said to himself, will a son be born to a man 100 years old? Will Sarai bear a child at the age of 90?
Perfect. Just a brief word. The NG sound at the end is pronounced like an F. Everything else was. Next verse.
I'll read. Abraham fell face down. He laughed and said to himself, will a son be a man 100 years old? Will Sarai bear a child at the age of 90?
Perfect. Just to mention the word laughed, NG sound at the end is pronounced like an F. Everything else was perfect. Are you ready to go to the next verse?
Verse 18. And Abraham said to God, if only Ishmael might live.
Perfect. Every sound was precise and your reading was smooth. Are you ready on to verse 19?
Give me your reading 2 times.
Certainly. And Abraham said to God, Ishmael. And Abraham said to God, if only Ishmael. Did that help? Are you ready to move to verse 19?
Yes, move on to the next verse, 19.
Verse
Then
19.
God
I'm ready when you.
said, yes, but your wife Sarai will bear you a son, and you call him Isaac. I'll establish my covenant as an everlasting descendant.
Perfect. Small thing. Focus on making the I sound in Isaac like Isaac. Otherwise, perfect.
Give me Isaac 5 times.
Isaac, 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 Isaac.
Isaac,
Get the sound right.
Isaac, 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 Isaac.
Spot on. You got it precisely. Are you ready to start on verse 20? Maybe go back and read verse 19 again?
Verse 20. And as for Ismael, I have heard you. I will surely bless him. I'll make him fruitful and will greatly increase in numbers. He will be the father of 12 brothers, and I'll make him great name.
Perfect. Ishmael, make sure the first part, ish, is short and sharp. Ishmael. You're reading spot on.
Ismael 5 times.
No problem. Ishmael, 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 Ishmael. How was that for clarity?
Ismael, 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 Ismael.
Spot on. Got it precisely. Are you ready to work on verse 21? Or maybe go back.
And as for Ismael, I have heard you. I'll surely bless him. I'll make him fruitful and will greatly increase his numbers. He will be the father of 12 brothers, and I'll make him into a great name. Go on to the next verse, verse 21. But my covenant I will establish with Isaac, whom Sarah will bear to you by his time next year. By this time next year.
Perfect. Pronunciation was spot on, especially getting those names right. Ready for the next verse? Or would you like to read verse 21 again?
I'll read. But my covenant I will establish with Isaac, whom Sarah will bear to you by this time next year. Move on to the next verse, 22. When he had finished speaking, Abraham, God went up from him.
Just a small thing on the soft sound in Abraham. 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 Everything else was
Give me
wonderful.
Abraham 5 times.
Abraham. 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 Abraham.
Abraham,
those-
Abraham, 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 Abraham.
Spot on. Got it precisely. Verse 23.
Verse, next verse, verse 23. On that very day, Abraham son Ismael and all those born in his household were bought with his money, every male in his household, and circumcised them as God told.
Perfect. Ishmael. Just focus on that first syllable, sharp I sound. Ishmael. Otherwise, you're reading spot on.
Ishmael, give me 5 times, very, very slowly, plus syllable by syllable.
No problem. Ishmael. 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 How was that?
Ismael, 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 Ismael.
Spot on. You got it precisely.
Give
Are
me
you-
5 times again.
No problem. Ishmael. 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 How was
Ishmael,
that?
Ishmael, 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 Ishmael. How was that?
Spot on. Got it precisely. Are you ready? 20.
Want to verse 24. Abraham, 99 years old, was circumcised.
Perfect. Pronunciation and pauses were just right. Are you ready? Verse 25.
I'll read it again. Abraham was 99 years old. On to next verse 25 and 26. And his son Ismail was 30. Abraham and his son Ismail were both circumcised on the same day.
Small. TH sounding teen like teen. Otherwise, perfect. Are you ready to tackle?
13 give 5 times.
No problem. 13, 13, 13, 13, 13.
13, 13, 13, 13, 13, 13.
Spot on. You got it precisely. Now, are you ready to tackle verse 27? Maybe go back and read.
27. And every male in Abraham's household, including those in his household, or bought from a foreigner, was circumcised.
Perfect. For the word foreigner, make sure the stress is on the first syllable. Otherwise, spot on. Would you like me?
I'll read it again. And every male in Abraham's household, including those born in his household, were bought from a foreigner, was circumcised.
Perfect. For the word foreigner, make sure the stress is on the first syllable, like foreign. Otherwise, your reading was spot on. Anything else I can help you?
Verse 27 is finished. The verse 27 is the last verse of chapter 17. Say goodbye to my and see you next verse 18, chapter 18.
All right, everyone. That was the end of Genesis chapter 17. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time for the beginning of chapter 18.
Bye. Chapter 18. 하루 마치고 성경 chapter 18 verse 1. Lord appeared to Abraham the day while he was at the entrance to the day. Why? The Lord appeared to Abraham near the great tree of Mamre, while he was sitting at the entrance and in the heat of the day.
That was perfect. Great reading. Are you ready to move on to verse 2?
Reading 1, chapter 1, 18.
All right. Near appeared to Abraham great trees of Mamre while he was sitting at the entrance to his tent in the heat of the day.
The Lord appeared to Abraham great tree while he was sitting at the entrance to his tent. It Mamre, give 5 times.
Now, how did that sound to you? Ready for the next verse?
Mamre, give me 5 times.
No problem. Anything else I can help you with right now?
Great tree of Mamre. Mamre, how to pronounce?
No worries. You're pronouncing it. It sounds like Mamre. Is there a particular word within that
Give me
phrase that
5
you'd like
times.
to check again?
Give me 5 times.
How's that? Ready for the next verse?
Mamre, give me 5 times.
You got it. Anything else I can help you with right now?
My God. Great tree of Mamre. How to pronounce Mamre? Give me 5 times how to pronounce Mamre.
I understand. You're pronouncing it correctly. It sounds like Mamre. Here it is again 5 times. Mamre, 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 Mamre.
Memre, 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 or memre. Memre, or memre. One is right.
Yes, you said Mamre, but pronunciation was spot on. Is there anything else I can help you with right now?
I pronounce kind and different sounds. But which one is better? It didn't give memre, 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 memre. Is it right? Memre, is it right?
My apologies. I understand you were asking which pronunciation was better. When you said Mamre just now, they actually sounded very similar. Like Mamre. You've got the sound right. So either one, perfectly fine. Are you ready to continue with the chapter?
Next verse. Verse 2. Abraham looked up and saw men standing nearby. When he saw them, he hurried from the entrance of the tent them and bowed low to the ground.
Perfect. Just to make sure the sound is quick and light. Otherwise, verse 3.
Reading times.
Certainly. Abraham saw 3 men standing near. When he saw them, he hurried to the entrance of his tent to meet them, bowed low. And again, looked up and saw 3 standing nearby. He saw them. He hurried from the entrance of his tent to meet them, bowed low. Was that clear? Are you ready to go on to verse 3?
Yes, move on to the next one. Verse 3.
Verse 3. I'm ready.
He said, if I have found favor in your eyes, my Lord, that pass you servant by.
Perfect. Small thing. For the word favor, try to make the A sound quick, like favor. Otherwise, your reading was spot on. Are you ready to verse 4?
Favor give 5 times.
How did that sound to you? Ready for the next verse?
Favor 5 times.
You got it. How was that? Ready for the next verse?
Favor give me your pronunciation 5 times.
Of course. Favor, 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 favor. How did that sound to you? Ready for the next chapter?
Favor, 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 favor.
Excellent. Got the sound right. Are you ready to move to verse 4? Do you want to read verse 3 again?
Oh,
Verse 4. I'm ready.
let a little water be brought, and then you all wash your feet and rest under this tree.
Perfect. Small thing. Focus on the hard D sound and under, like under. Otherwise, your reading was spot on.
Give me
Ready?
under 5 times.
No problem. Under, 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 under. How is that for clarity? Ready for the next verse?
Let a little water be brought, and then you may all wash your feet and rest under this tree.
Perfect. Just to make sure the oo sound in the middle is short. And for wash, try to make the A sound like wash. Otherwise, great. Ready for the next verse?
Next verse 5. Let me get you something to eat, so you can be refreshed and then go on your way. Now that you come to your servant, very well, they answered, as you say.
Perfect. Just a quick servant. Sound is prominent, like servant. Otherwise, your reading was great. Are you ready to carry on to the next verse?
Give me your reading.
Let me get you something to eat, so you can finish, and then now that you have come to your servant. Very well, they answered. Do as you say. How was that?
Let
Ready
me
for verse-
get you something to eat, so that you can be refreshed, and then go on your way. Now that you have come to your servant. Very well, they answered, as you say.
Perfect. Just to make sure the oo sound in do is long. Do. Everything else was perfect. Are you ready? 6.
Yes. So Abraham hurried into the tent to Sarah. Quick, he said, get 3 pieces of the finest flour and knead it and bake some bread.
Perfect. For the word bait, try to make the A sound bait. Everything else was wonderful. Ready for the next verse?
Bake. How to pronounce flour?
Yes, baked.
Flour. How to pronounce 5 times?
Certainly. It's flour, like flour. Here it is 5 times. Flour, flour, flour. It's clear? Next verse.
So Abraham hurried into the tent to Sarah. He said, get 3 sheets of the finest flour and knead it and bake bread.
Perfect. Just to clarify, it's pronounced from the front of the mouth. Otherwise, great reading. Ready for the next verse?
Next verse, verse 7. Then he ran into the herd and selected a choice the calf and gave it a servant, hurried to prepare it.
Perfect. Just to clarify, calf is pronounced with a hard A, like calf. Otherwise, great.
Give me your reading 2 times.
How was that? Ready for the next verse?
Give me your reading 2 times.
Sure thing. Then he ran into the herd and selected a choice, tender calf and gave it to a servant to prepare it. And again, then he ran into the herd and selected a choice, tender calf and gave it to a servant, hurried to prepare it. Is there anything else? Ready
Then
for the
he
next
ran into the herd and selected a choice tender calf and gave it to a servant who hurried to prepare it. Next
Exactly.
verse.
Now,
Verse
just to
8.
keep the ooh sound in too quick, like two. Otherwise, perfect. Ready for the next verse?
Next verse. 8. Then he brought some curd and milk and the calf that had been prepared, and set these before them. While they ate, he stood them under a tree.
Perfect. Just to make sure that sound in stood is quick. Stood. Otherwise, great.
Give me your reading. Your answer is silence.
Understood. Spawn work. Ready for the next verse?
He then brought some curd and milk and the calf that had been prepared and set it before them. While they ate them. Verse 9. Where is
Verse
your
9.
wife Sarah? They asked him. There, in the tent, he said.
Perfect. Just to make sure the I sound in life is long. Life. It's perfect. Ready for the next verse?
Where is your wife Sarah? They asked him. There, the tent, he said. Next verse, verse 10.
Verse 10. I'm ready.
Then the Lord said, I will surely return to you about this time next year, and Sarah your wife will have a son. Now Sarah was listening at the entrance to the tent. Each word behind him.
Perfect. Just a brief behind. Sound is behind. Everything else was wonderful. Are you ready to go on to verse 11?
Behind, not behind. Give me precise pronunciation 5 times.
Of course. Behind, 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 behind. Does that help clarify the sound? Ready for the next verse?
Behind, not behind. Till this time, I always pronounced behind. Behind is not right. My God. 자기 마음대로 나가고.
사람들에게 불편을 드려 죄송. 상황에서 주로 문제가 발생합니다. 앱이 갑자기 꺼지거나 멈추는 건가요? 좀 더 자세히 말씀해 주시면
갑자기 네가 나가고 그리고 그런 게 답이 늦. 내가 읽고 나서 바로 피드백을 주는 게 아니라 이 피드백을 내가 막 하면서 Are you tired? 네?
답변이 늦어져서 답답하셨겠네요. 혹시 네트워크 연결 상태가 불안정해서 그럴 수도 있어요.
아, 제발
제가 지쳐서 그런 건
제발 지체 네트워크 상태를 말하지 마. 너만 그래. 다른 사이트나 다른 영상들은 착각이야. 그거야. 말하지 마. Verse 11. Abraham and Sarah were very old, and Sarah past the age of childbearing.
다른 서비스들은 다 괜찮은데 저만 느리게 답하시겠어요? 혹시 특정 질문에만 느리게 반응하는 건지 아니면 전반적으로 다 느린 건지 말씀해 주실 수 있나요?
전반적으로 항상 느려. 오늘만 그래. 딴 때는 피드백을 빨리빨리 줬는데 굉장히 느리.
그를 따라 유난히 느리게 반응하는 정말 죄송하다는 말씀이 없네요.
됐고 1장 11절 Give me your reading 2 times.
성경의 11조.
아이, 너 내가 언제 11절이라고 했어? 11절 읽을 차례잖아. 지금 내가 읽었잖아.
아, 11조가 아니라 11장 말씀 읽어달라고.
11장 아니고 12절. verse 11.
아, 11절 말씀이군요. 혹시 어떤 성경장의 11절을 예를 들어
정하고 자빠졌네. 10장까지 읽었으면 10장까지 내가 읽었는데 이제 와서 몇 장을 읽느냐고 물어보는데 8장이지? 8장 10절까지 여태 읽고 피드백 주고 그랬잖아. 그래놓고 이제 와서 갑자기 11절 어느 장이 11절이냐고 그러면 되냐고 말이.
제가 앞선 대화 내용을 제대로 파악하지 못하고 계속 질문드려서 정말 죄송합니다. 18장 10절까지 말씀에 이어서 11절 말씀을 읽어달라고 하는데요. 11절 말씀 볼게요. 그가 그들에게 말하되 너희가 내 말에 거하면 참으로 내 제자가 되고. 이 말씀 맞으신가요? 혹시 한 번 더 볼까요?
내가 지금 영어성경 읽고 있는 중이야. 그리고 내가 너희 안에 뭐라고 다시 말해줘봐. 방금 말한 거.
제가 방금 말씀드린 한국어 영어 성경을 읽고 제가
한국어 버전 말한 거 다시 말해줘봐.
네, 알겠습니다. 한국어 버전으로 그가 그들에게 말하되 너희가 내 말에 거하면 참으로 내 제자가
연병하고
되고.
자빠졌네. 한국어 내용이 틀리잖아. 내용이 틀리잖아. 이게 한국어 버전이라고 해? 그 버전이야? 그 내용이 틀린데? 그 18장 11절 맞아? 창세기 18장 11장 맞냐고. 내용이 틀리잖아. 여기 11장은 아브라함이 이미 아브라함과 사라는 이미 늙어서 아이를 가질 수 있는 나이가 지났다. 이런 내용이야. 근데 무슨 내가 너 안에 거하고 어쩌고 저쩌고 이런 어디를 말하는 거야?
정말 죄송합니다. 창세기 18장 11절 말씀하신 대로 아브라함과 사라는 나이가 많고 사라는 더 이상 아이를 가질 수
내가
없는
지금 영어 성경 읽고 있는 중이잖아. 그리고 뜻 같은 건 해석해주지 않아도 되는데 읽으면 아니까. 응? 읽어달라고. 나는 발음을 공부하고 있는 거야. 그리고 내 발음을 듣고 있을 뿐이야. 그 내용 같은 거 해석 안 해줘도 때문에 읽을 때 다.
네, 이제 확실히 이해했습니다. 창세기 18장 11절 발음에 집중해서 Now Abraham advanced in years.
No. 버전이 틀리네. 단어가 읽는 문장이 틀리잖아. 버전 읽은 거야, 지금?
제가 방금 읽어서 가진 킹제임스 버전.
내가 언제 킹제임스 버전 읽었어? NIV 버전 읽었지? 난 킹제임스라는 걸 읽어본 적이 없어. 그리고 지금까지 내가 NIV 버전이라고 몇 번을 말해.
NIV 버전을 읽으셨군요. 제가 사용자님의 정보를 제대로 파악하지 못적으로 실수를 했네요. 정말 죄송합니다. 요청하신 NIV 버전 창세기 28장 11절 말씀. Abraham, Sarah was past the age of childbearing. 한 번 더 읽고. Abraham and Sarah were very old. Sarah was past the age of childbearing. 다시 한번 죄송합니다.
Verse 12. So
네,
Sarah
NIV
left,
버전.
Sarah laughed it herself as she thought. After I am worn out, and my Lord is old, I now have this.
네, 맞습니다. 지금 읽으신 부분이 NIV 18장 12절 정확하게 계속해서 13절을
발음 고쳐.
전반적으로 출점은 별로 없어요. 다만
그러면 give me your reading.
천천히 읽어드릴게요. So Sarah laughed to herself as she thought, after I am worn out, and my will I now have this pleasure? 더 원하시면 말씀하세요.
13.
네, NIV 창세기 18장 13절 말씀입니다.
Then the Lord said to Abraham, Why did Sarah laugh at I reared a child, now that I am?
네, 맞습니다. 13절 말씀. 14절로 창세기 18장 13절 두 번 읽고. Then the Lord said to Abraham, Why did Sarah laugh and say, Child? 한 번 더. Then the Lord said to Abraham, Why did Sarah laugh and say, Child?
Then the Lord said to Abraham, Why did Sarah laugh and say, Did I really have a child, now that I am old? Verse 14.
18장 14절 말씀입니다.
너 Is anything too hard for the Lord? I will return to you at the appointed time next year, and I will have a son.
맞습니다. 14절 말씀도 정확하게 보셨네요. 내용도 다 보신 것 같아요. 이제 마지막 15절 보시겠어요? 네. 창세기 18장 14절 말씀 두 번 읽고. Anything too hard? I will return to you. Sarah will have a son. 볼게요. Is anything too hard for the I will return to you at time next year. Sarah will have a son.
Next verse. Verse 15. Sarai was afraid. He lied and said, I did not laugh. But he said, Yes. Sarai was afraid, lied, and said, I did not laugh. But he said, yes, laugh. Verse 16. When the men got up to leave, they looked down toward the sea, and Abraham walked along with them.
(16절) 말씀도 잘 읽으셨습니다. 이제 다음
When the men got up to leave, they looked down toward the sea, and Abraham walked along with them. 여기서 이 소돔 바라보았다, 내려다보았다라는 표현에서 나 관련 없이
그 표현은 성 이야기의 흐름상 중요한 배경을 설명해줘. 방문자 아브라함과 소돔을 하고 있다는 것을 보여줌으로써 앞으로 발생할 사건, 즉 소돔의 멸망과 관련 암시하는 역할을 하거든요. 그러니까 단순히 관련 표현이 아니라 이야기의 다음 단계를 위한 곡선이라고 볼 수 있어요. 혹시 더 인가요?
아니, 이해됐어. I understand.
다행이네요.
Verse
그럼 계속해서
17. Then the Lord said, Shall I hide from Abraham what I am about to do? Then the Lord said, Shall I hide from Abraham what I am about to do? Your reading.
네, NIV 18장 17절 말 said, Shall I hide what I'm about to do? 한 번 더. Then the Lord said, Shall I hide from Abraham what I am about to do? 되었기를.
Next verse. Verse 18. Abraham will surely become a great and powerful nation, and all nations on earth will be blessed through him.
네, 18절 말씀 정확하게 주셨습니다. 이제 다음 보시겠어요?
Abraham will surely become a great and powerful, and all nations on earth will be blessed. Next verse, verse 19. 19 verse is quite long. For I have chosen him so that he will direct his children and his household after him, keep the way of the Lord by doing what is right and just, so that the Lord will bring about for Abraham what he had promised.
네, 긴 말씀 정확하게 잘 읽으셨습니다. 혹시 더 싶으신가요?
Give me your reading.
네, NIV 창세기 18장 19절 말씀 두. I have chosen him so that he will direct his children and his household after him to keep the way of the Lord by doing right and just, so that the Lord will bring about for Abraham what he has promised him. 한 번 더 읽을게요. Chosen him so that he will direct his children and his household after him to keep the way of the Lord by doing right and just, so that the Lord will bring about for Abraham what he has promised him. 이제 다음 구절로 넘어갈까요?
Next verse, 20.
네,
Then the
NIV
Lord
버전
said, The outcry against Sodom and Gomorrah is so great, and their sin so grievous.
네, 20절 말씀 잘 읽으셨습니다. 이제 다음 네, NIV 버전 창세기 10장 20절 말씀. Then the Lord said, The outcry against Sodom and Gomorrah is so great, sin so grievous. 한 번 더. said, the outcry of Sodom and Gomorrah is so great, and sin so grievous. 이제 마지막으로 21절을 보시겠어요?
verse 22. The man returned away and went toward Sodom, but Abraham remained standing for the Lord.
네, 22절 잘 읽으셨어요. 혹시 더 싶으신가요? 아니면 네, NIV 창세기 18장 22절
저는 NIV 버전 이런 말은 하지. 당연히 NIV 버전. 읽을 때마다 그 말.
네, 알겠습니다. 말씀하신 대로 중복 창세기 18장 22절 말씀 turned away toward Sodom. Abraham standing turned away toward Sodom. Abraham standing. 이제 다음 구절로 넘어가면 될까요?
Next verse 23. Then Abraham approached him and said, keep away the righteous, the wicked.
네, 23절 말씀 정확하게 잘 읽으셨습니다.
Give me reading.
네, 창세기 18장 23절 말씀. And Abraham approached him, said, sweep away the righteous with the wicked. 한 번 더 읽. Then Abraham approached him, said, sweep away the righteous with the wicked. 도움이 되셨나요? 더 다른
Then
구절.
Abraham approached him and said, away the righteous. Next verse, verse 24. What if there are 50 righteous people in the city? Will you really see and not spare the place for the sake of the 50 righteous people?
네, 24절 말씀 주셨습니다. 이제 다음.
What if there are 50 righteous people in the city? Will you really keep it away? Keep it away? Will you really keep it away and not spare the place for the sake of the righteous people?
네, 24절 말씀 정확하게 읽었습니다. 그럼 이제
Verse 25.
네, 25. RB
또
such a thing. 죄송해요. 제가
Stop.
습관적으로
far be such a sin. The righteous is the wicked, treating the righteous and the wicked alike. Far be it from will let the judge of all the earth do right?
네, 25절 말씀 정확합니다. 발음도 아주 좋고. 이제 다음 창세기 18장 25절 To do such a thing, to kill the righteous with the wicked, treating the righteous and the wicked. Albeit, to do such a thing, to kill the righteous with the wicked, treating the righteous and the wicked. Albeit, judge of
Far be it from you. How play Korean
절은 주께서 이르시되 내가 만일 소돔 성에 의인 50명을 찾으면
No, no, no,
지역을
no.
용서하리라.
No, 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 no. Only far be it from how to translate in, how to express in.
그 부분 주께서는 결코 하십니다. 또는 주께서는 절대로 그렇게 하실 것입니다. 라고 표현할 수 있습니다. 더 자연스러운 말씀해 주세요.
더 자연스러운 표현 말해봐봐.
책에 따라 여러 표현이 있겠지만 절대 그러실 분이 아니십니다. 또는 그럴 리가 만무 정도로 하면 어떨까요?
당신은 절대 그럴 분이 아닙니다. 이렇게.
네, 맞아요. 그렇게 표현하시면 대화 내용과 잘 어울리고 자연스러워요. 다른 부분에 대해서 알아보고 싶으신 게 있으신가요?
밥이
알겠습니다. 그럼 다시 영어.
잠깐만.
네, 말씀하세요. 혹시 더 하고 싶은 부분 있으신가요?
여기 밥이 from you를 verse 26. The Lord said, "If I find 50 righteous people in the city of Sodom, I will spare the whole place for the sake of sake."
26절 말씀도 정확하게 잘 읽으셨습니다. 이제 다음
The Lord said, "If I find 50 righteous people in, I'll spare the whole place for the sake. Verse 27.
네, 27절입니다.
27절이라고 하면 틀린 거야. 27절 이렇게. Then Abraham spoke up again. Now that I have called as to speak to God, though I am nothing but dust and.
네, 27절 말씀. 이제 다음 구절.
Then Abraham spoke up again. Now that I have so bold as to speak to God, though I am nothing but dust and ash. Next verse, verse 8, 28. What if the number of the righteous is 5 less than 50? Will you destroy the whole city for lack of 5 people? If I find 45 there, he said, I will not destroy.
네, 28절 말씀도 정확하게 잘 읽으셨습니다. 다음 구절.
What if the number of the righteous is 5 less than 50? Will you destroy the whole city for lack of 5 people? If I find 45 there, he said, I will not destroy. Verse 29.
네, 29절.
Once again, he spoke to him. What if only 40 are found there?
He said, sake of 있습니다. 그럼 계속 29절.
Yes. 29. Once again, he spoke. What if only 40 are found there? He said, for the sake of, I will not do it.
네, 29절 말씀도 정확하게. 이제 다음 구절.
Verse 30. Then he said, may the Lord not be angry, but let me speak. What if only 30 can be found there? He answered, I will not do it if I find 30 there.
네, 30절 말씀 잘 읽으셨습니다. 이제 다음 구절.
Then he said, may the Lord not be angry, but let me speak. What if only 30 can be found? He answered, I will not do it if find 31.
Abraham said, now that
No. Abraham said, now that I have been so bold as to speak to the Lord, what if only 20 can be found there? Said, for the sake of 20, I will let this.
31절 말씀도
read
이제
it. Abraham said, now that I have been so bold as to speak to the Lord, what if only for the sake of 20, I will let this. Verse
for the sake of
23.
20,
Verse 22. Then he said, may the Lord not be angry, but let me speak just once more. What if only 10 can be found there? He answered, for the sake of 10, I will let this. Then he said, may the Lord not be angry, but let me speak just once. What if only 10 can be found there? He answered, for the sake of 10, I will let this. 33.
32절.
33. It is the last verse of chapter 18. When the Lord had finished Abraham, he left, and Abraham returned. Give me.
The Lord had finished speaking with Abraham. He left. Abraham returned home. 한 번 더 읽어드릴게요. When the Lord finished speaking, he left. Returned home. 마침내 18장이 끝나시겠어요?
Say to the bye. Say goodbye to the my next chapter 19.
여러분 함께 해주셔서 18장 마지막 다음 영상 19장 다시 만나요. 안녕. 다음에 또 봬요.